Good morning, Dr. Moreno. I must say that I have been up all day and it is 4 a.m. But I am finalizing the critical review assignment on the movie Concussion. This movie has Will Smith as a main character who actually is basically informed in a lot of different areas and has all types of knowledge. He is dissecting the brain and sending it off to the lab to have others look at it in a deeper manner. But basically, this movie is about the game of football and what a concussion can possibly do to the brain. Just getting that constant hitting of the brain can cause issues. I think personally that the film did a great job depicting the brain and the brain functions. And in my opinion, it's not exaggerated whatsoever. There's some main issues that I really like that they touched on, like they discussed the prefrontal cortex and what the human brain was not built to do, which is basically deal with constant trauma. And they talked about the cerebral fluid that's made to protect the brain, and in getting constant concussions over and over again, this is limiting the fluid. And what I really like is that they kind of explained it in a layman's term of like the woodpecker and how the woodpecker is constantly pecking, but the brain is built for the woodpecker because there's some type of halo deal that keeps it intact to keep it from hitting against its skull. And we're not built with that. So really like the fact that they broke that down. And then it also talked about how it just causes serious damage to the brain. And really great that they explained how hard it is to see the long-term damage due to the brain, because you can't tell what is going to happen or what has happened with the brain until someone dies, and because you can't dissect the brain when someone's alive. You can do different scans like MRIs, and you can possibly start with one, and as you're playing the game, do more. I think this is definitely something that we should be doing, because a full contact sport can cause brain damage, and there's no way to tell unless you have an initial MRI to show where the brain began and where it is now. The movie I think it impacts the general public a lot because, for instance, I am a single mother. My son played football from the age of 9 until the age of 14. When we saw this movie, of course, I was completely terrified because he's extremely smart and gifted. And my concern was, would he end up like the rest of these guys? And definitely don't want that for my own child. I think that the normal average American that isn't in a college isn't going to go through learning about the brain. So I think this movie kind of helps people understand just a tidbit of information needed. I really enjoyed this class, and you've been amazing. Thank you so much. I've learned a lot about the brain that can help me and my kids with special needs, and my boyfriend's kids with special needs. So I really, really thank you a lot for that. I hope you enjoyed this video.